Mackems, we're back on the show. Talking Sunderland and everything you know.
Conrad's got the numbers, proper stats machine. Mike's optimistic, living out the Mackem dream. Bowers keeps it steady, cool and level-headed. Wayne's already moaning, man, I'm shattered, I need my bed.
Baby, are you ready to go? Let's get carried away, man. Let's steal the show. Midweek Mackems every Wednesday night. Veterans, passion in the red and white.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Midweek Mackems, and all of our names have just changed to throw me off. Cheers for that. I'm sure that was your doing, Conrad.
Well, Wayne's was already set like that, and then I changed everyone else's.
Can I just say Wayne's looks the best out of everyone's double D. It's like
Double
Ed
D?
Eddie for anyone who knows that.
Double D.
Anyway, oh,
Oh, he's
I
got
mean,
to do daddy things now.
He's
Is he?
actually gone.
deeply offended. Wayne's joining us from hotel, so the internet connection might be on and off. So hopefully he'll rejoin us shortly. Conrad, how's your day been?
Yeah, it's been all right. I don't know if something's up with the chat, though. I've tried to type a message in 3 times on our chat and nothing's come up, but Paul's has managed to get through. So I'll have a look, see what's going on. But yeah, it seems like it's working. But
Right, okay.
yeah.
Are you
Wayne's
back with us, Wayne?
I don't know what happened there. I'm back in the land of living. I sort of just had a
Look at the land of the living.
And Michael Bowers, how are you doing?
I am not doing too bad. I'm not doing too bad. You're probably going to see one of the dogs try to run around and demand attention every 2 minutes, but other than that, I'm going to be all right. So if you see a Springer jumping up and down on the seat, trying to get attention, then you know what that is. But I'm not doing too bad. How are you doing, Daddy Mike? Actually, I'm not saying it like that ever again. That's really creepy.
It's not how we want to start. And the chat should be working. I don't know what's going on.
a few.
I,
of them,
I can't post a comment like it's not working.
yeah.
Can't
Oh,
on
then mine's
yours.
just now on
I've
ours.
I've just double checked ours and it's not set, because if you accidentally set it to made for kids, then the chat is off, but it's not on ours. So I don't know. Check your streams, guys. But
Trying again.
anyway,
Never mind.
we've got a few people that are managing to chat, so hopefully they'll find a way around. Just if you guys check your streams, make sure you've not got them set to kids, and hopefully we'll be able to crack on. It might make the stream quicker, Wayne, so you can go to your lovely bed right behind you
Right.
there.
Stop the chat. Stop the chat. Ban everybody.
Right, okay. So we have to do it. Let's talk about Fulham.
Ugh.
And the game. And yeah, the 0-0 first half, right? It was
Because
It was
that
an
all
interesting-
One of the most boring things I've ever seen in my life.
yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And after that first half, I thought it was going to be a 0-0 game, but definitely changed. So give us your. We'll just literally in the effort to speed it up, we're just going to tell us what you thought of the game. So Conrad, go first.
Just the first half? Sorry.
The whole game. The whole game.
Oh,
Talk
it was
through it.
shocking. Normally, we were like, God, at least we know in the second half we usually turn up, and then the time we've all actually started to get used to that, they fucking didn't, and they somehow managed to get worse. And Fulham did get slightly better and a lot more productive, but. I mean, I think I said to you at one point, I was hoping that I could recreate Wayne's clip of Enzo Lefebvre, what a fucking player, with Mundell. And then at about 54 minutes when he waltzes through on goal, and I'm like, oh, here we go, ready to eat my humble pie. He puts it about 4 foot wide. And I still don't fully understand how he's missed the entire goal with where he was in the pitch, of course. But none of that mitigates what happened after the game on his social medias or anything like that. That's absolutely
that's
horrific.
disgusting. Whoever's
Yeah,
done
yeah.
that.
No, we don't.
Criticism for missing, yes, but anything to do with race, absolutely not. No, and then I think you can see it sort of was eating him up after the game when he was going off the pitch. I don't know if he was injured or he sort of realised that about 2 minutes later Jimenez free header, 1-0. Then a couple of minutes later, an offside penalty decision that they just casually ignored. And it was beyond us at that point. And even when we got back in it with a penalty, you still sort of thought, are we actually going to do this? I don't know. Like, it felt like typical Sunderland with it being 3-1 rather than what I'd seen in the first half of the season, which made me think we could have got a 2-2 out of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my quick fire opinion.
Wayne, give us your take on the game.
Shite. Next. No, it was bad, wasn't it? It was from start to finish, from the lineup. Really, I still kind of get my head around the lineup of Angulo. I was not expecting Jocelyn to start either, which was a big surprise. I don't know what Talby's done, but to be kicked out the side, not even get a look in. And when he does come on, he comes on late. Trey Hume at left back, another one, strange decision. And we were poor from the off, weren't we? We never got gone. We let them dominate. And I did see in my preview video, if you let them dominate and let them dictate play, they will hurt you. And that was exactly what they did. Their midfield, again, bullied our midfield, which I don't like to see. I think Conrad, you said about Siddiqui in that holding, well, it's not, he can't play there. It takes a lot away from his game. And he wasn't in the game. Lafayette struggled to get in the game. Diarra struggled. And all game, we were really, really poor. It was just like a really lax performance again. And I didn't know if now we've lost that home record against Liverpool, the intensity's not there, and I don't know what to give up, but it's worrying. It's worrying the way we've played and where we've dropped off. And even Xhaka on the bench, if Xhaka's fit enough to be on the bench, surely he should be starting even for 50, 60 minutes. So there's a few things with Regis Labrise at the minute. I'm still not sure if it's anything to do with this assistant manager leaving, whether there's something going on behind the scenes. That's not quite right. I don't know. But really, really disappointing performance.
Yeah. Michael Bowers, we'll get your take on the game in general, and then we'll just ask a couple of specific questions about the lineups. But give us your take on what you saw.
I was going to go shite, but then Wayne's kind of stolen that from me, really. So I can't really use that as much without sounding too impressive. To be honest, I felt like the first half, the game was just drab. I think more than anything, I think you've got to credit Fulham to some extent. I didn't think Fulham were outstanding, but I felt like what they did was they were street smart, they were streetwise, they came with a game plan to frustrate and almost kind of suffocate the wingers and make it quite difficult for us. But it kind of makes me wonder, well, we had the attacking talent to play through the middle, particularly with Diarra there. But I think more than ever, this game kind of made me notice more how much Siddiqui in particular misses Xhaka, because Siddiqui's having to do Xhaka's role when Xhaka's not playing or starting. Mm-hmm. And that's not, and okay, don't get me wrong, longer term, it might not be bad for Siddiqui's development to learn how to do that. But in the short term, that is not his game. And obviously, Xhaka, look, of course, I'm not expecting Noah Siddiqui to do Granit Xhaka's game better than Granit Xhaka, because one's near towards the end of their career and has got so much experience at top level, and obviously Siddiqui hasn't had that yet. So it's not fair. Obviously, I'm not going to make Siddiqui a scapegoat, but it was just an example of it. I felt like the first half, I think Fulham looked like, for me, they were quite happy to sit off us and let us have the ball. And then I think, but even then, in the first half, they created two, from what I can remember when I watched the match of the day again, because I had to put myself through that. They had two decent chances in the first half, from what I can remember, Fulham. And I'm struggling to remember one that Sunderland had. Yeah. And okay, don't get us wrong. And we all know we're not a free-flowing, high-scoring team anyway, are we? So that's nothing new. Then the second half, I actually thought Sunderland started all right in the first, 5 minutes or so of the second half, or basically up until Fulham took the lead. And obviously, look, I'm pretty sure we all echo everything what Conrad said about the racial abuse Mundell's been getting. That is fucking disgusting, and anyone who does that, don't bother to try and represent our fan base, because that's just not right in any way, shape, or form. But having said that, with Mundell, as much as I love the guy and I really wanted to prove us wrong, that miss for me kind of demonstrated why I don't feel he'll cut, at least with us, I don't think he'll cut it at Premier League. It's certainly not at the moment. Is there room for him to develop into one? Potentially. Because we have to remember as well, if I'm going to be balanced, he hasn't had a lot of minutes last season. He basically played about 12 games, then had 3 months out injured, then a handful of games, then 2 months out injured, and then featured very briefly at the end. That would have been very difficult to get into a rhythm. But unfortunately, with what Sunderland's done, we have to be ruthless, don't we? Look at the way what happened with Anthony Patterson and Dan Neil in particular in the summer, both of whom probably made hundreds of appearances for Sunderland, and yet both effectively cast aside. And look, obviously, I'm not saying Sunderland were wrong for doing that, because Robin Roofs and Granit Xhaka were effectively the 2 replacements and have been clear upgrades, and that's no slight on Neil or Patterson. But the point is, in the second half we started all right, but then it just shows how ruthless you have to be at the Premier League level. If you don't take those chances, then that can happen at the other end. I was fuming with the goal defensively, as clean sheet wanker I am. But, the first goal, it really did annoy me watching it back. I'm like, why has Raul Jimenez got a free header near the 6-yard box? I think then obviously the second one, I'm sure we'll get onto that with officiating, so I'm not going to bother going into that at the minute. Third goal, counter-attacking goal, that just is what happens. And quickly, Sunderland, go for Harry Wilson in the summer, please. That's all I'll say on that one, because he was a big architect in that third goal. But yeah, it's not much more. I can say. I think more than one thing that I wanted to briefly mention, just so I can get it out of the way, so I don't bore people with it too much. If I'm right, I've calculated how many goals we've conceded since that Man City 0-0 on New Year's Day. We've let in 15 goals so far this calendar year. Now, granted, West Ham, one of them was a penalty. Fulham, one of them was a penalty. Fulham, third goal. Arsenal, third goal. Breakaway ones. Fair enough. West Ham was a screamer. But I don't expect clean sheets every game, and I knew at some point we were going to be a bit worse off for it. But I think we're starting to concede a few too many for my liking. We're going too many the other way, and I don't think it's getting highlighted enough among the fan base. Yes, the goal scoring is an issue, but for me, the amount of goals we're conceding for me equally is a bit of a concern. Am I worried about relegation at the minute? No. I still think we'll be more than all right. If we don't get another point before the next international break, that might change. But as of right now, I'm relatively calm at the moment. When we remember 3 losses in a row, 2 of them were against Arsenal and Liverpool. That is that context. But we'll wait and see. It'll just be the classic Sunderland thing to go to Bournemouth and win, though.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike. That went on about probably 2 minutes longer than I intended.
That's all right. The lineup, Conrad, the 2 wingers starting, we thought that was quite an attacking move, but didn't really pan out that way, in the first half. Snooze fest.
Yeah. Well, when I saw Angulo, I thought, well, that's good. We haven't yet coached out his directness. And when Jocelyn came on against Oxford, he actually looked like he was all right. Do you know what I mean? Had a few good tricks, and I thought, oh well, let's give him a go. Let's see what it's all about there, really. But just terrible, wasn't it? Really. I saw something today, and I don't know if this is anything to do with it there, but a few of the players, Talby being one of them, is doing Ramadan at the minute, and that started last week. So I don't know if there's something in that about, not eating. I'm just guessing at this point on here, like throughout the day, stuff like that might be sort of thinking, we'll bring him off the bench. Because if you saw the picture on my Enders Instagram, he's just got tons of smoothies sat in front of him, basically, because that's probably all he's done. So I don't know if there was something in that of like, oh, well, if we're not using Talby, Traore's injured, and Mundell, we don't want to play yet because he played the full game against Oxford. These are our 2 options left, sort of thing. So there might.
Can I just say quickly, Conrad, sorry to interrupt you, but was there not a period when Ahmad was going to Ramadan in the Championship with us? There was a period where he didn't start games during that point, didn't he? So there might be something.
Yeah, there was. So yeah, he missed a few, but I don't know. Just I was excited to see Angulo. I wanted to see him get at it, but like Bauer said, the way Fulham set up to completely shut down any passages of play on the wings, and us not having any sort of options really to go inside, because we've not done it for an entire 2 seasons now, really. We used to say that last season that nothing really goes through the middle. That even then when we lost Xhaka, who is the only one with his assists, when we actually think about his individual assists, is the one who's finding these little reverse passes or through balls into people through the middle. So without him, we were sort of like, right, well, we've got nothing in the middle and we're being shut down on the wings. So we had nothing. So then Brobby, I don't even remember him touching the ball all game. I think he got fouled in the first half inside his own half, and that's one of his touches that I remember. Yeah. Apart from that, we never really got the ball to him or around him. The wingers were too far away from him, and that's obviously how we set it up to be. But I mean, Fulham did a number on us down at Craven Cottage as well, and they did the exact same here. I do think, slightly side point here, there's something going on with all the chats here, because nothing's coming through. And every time I try and type in on one of the 3 channels, it's not coming through. So apologies if you are trying to leave comments.
Whoever changed my name to Daddy Clean Sheet, what a dick, but quite funny.
You're welcome.
Why did I feel like it might be Conrad?
I think there's something to do with YouTube at the moment. I've just been on and I can chat in there, so not sure what's going on, guys.
So it's fine.
Yeah. If you can live chat, then by all means get involved. If it's coming through, give it a refresh and give that a try. Other than that, well, you just have to sit back and enjoy and not talk.
Tell us we're wrong in the comments afterwards.
Or tell us we're not talking about football.
Yes, yeah. I don't want to spend too long on this one, obviously, but when we have to talk about the decisions in this game. And the VAR, the VAR used when it wants to be, not when it counts, and all of the above.
Yeah, absolutely shocking. I mean, we all said before the game when we saw it was Craig Pawson, it was like a collective "oh fuck," and that kind of panned out. He's an absolutely shocking referee. He really is. He gets everything wrong. Can't make a decision for himself. The penalty that they got, he was right in line with it, and he watched it. Didn't think it was a penalty, and didn't have the balls to stick with his original decision. An absolute dick. And just all through the game, he just seems like he deliberately tries to wind the home fans up. He does it on purpose. He just gives in to the away team, and it's so annoying, so frustrating. And the more the crowd get at him, the worse he gets. I mean, like Conrad said, for the penalty, I think it was 3 or 4 of them offside.
Yeah, when the initial ball came in, you have seen that.
Why hasn't the VAR checked that before they've been checking for the penalty? Crazy decision.
It's the fact is as well, they gave it as a holding offence, which I've got no problem with that. So if they were onside, I've got no problem with that being a penalty, because we got a penalty for that when we played Brentford earlier on in the season, and so did they. My problem with it is when we played Newcastle at home, Ballard was held 4 or 5 times in that exact position and nothing was given. And I'm sure there's been other games where we've done it to people, or and Robbie in Liverpool, exactly, or even when we've done it to people and they're not given, and it's like, well, why is sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't? That's what's more frustrating about it. The offside thing is just another fuck up. Just like when they did it against Everton and they were like, oh, it's not a handball and he's out here. And it's like,
the natural
you're
position.
There.
The natural position.
Exactly. You're there.
You're
there to catch the mistakes. And I get it that someone goes down, that's the first thing you look at to sort of see, is it? But that's when you start to go, well, okay, it is a penalty, but was Bassey in an offside position? I don't mind the rest of them because they didn't really interfere that much, but is he offside? Yeah. Okay, well, that supersedes anything that's happened next then, because he is in an offside position gaining an advantage, hence why he's been pulled back. So it shouldn't have been a penalty. I thought Ballard's one was probably soft, but it's a tangle of legs. You've tripped him up, it's a penalty. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those that's like, it is a foul. It's a foul outside the box. It's a foul inside the box. And I actually was a bit surprised he gave it, because the way he'd been that game so far, I thought he's not going to give that. Like, it's just because, like Wayne said, he was on a wind-up for the rest of the game. Yep. It just felt like he ain't going to give this, and it's going to be 2-0. We're just going to get more and more frustrated. But he did. He gave us a way back into it, and we didn't really take advantage of it. Whereas I think I said in our group chat, pre-January, we would have got back into that game. Something's changed in the last few weeks with intensity.
But I didn't get it. The inconsistency with the referees is scandalous, and VAR should be the one thing that's stable. Yes, referees might get things wrong, but the VAR decisions should be the thing that's constant, and they're not. That's the frustrating thing. Like what you said, it's given in one game, but not in another, and that's what's pissing people off. Like it probably was on the face of it, it was a penalty. Apart from the offside, he pulled him back. It's the fact that it's not given every time. That's the annoying thing.
Well, the consistency and lack thereof is what's always been frustrating. And I'm someone personally who does advocate for VAR, actually, because I think as you guys probably saw, and even on my channel last season in the Championship, the amount of times the referees got under my skin, it boiled my blood, really, was ridiculous. And for balance here, 2 of the games Conrad mentioned, Brentford, Newcastle, were games where Sunderland won. So it's not bitterness, because something that I personally get really tired of, and I've seen it across comments of other Sunderland YouTubers, and I do get why they say it, is we can't blame the referee. And there's 2 points I'd make to that. One, we're not blaming the referee. That result was on Sunderland. We weren't good enough. That's more than fair enough. Sunderland should have every right to take accountability for that performance. But, as the second bit I'm going to say, both things can be true, though. You can say you were poor, but that doesn't mean Craig Pawson was good. It doesn't mean his performance was, he was mint because Sunderland were crap. No, he should be held accountable the exact same way that players should be held accountable for performances, and Reggie Lebris should be held accountable for his own performance. And for me, all that's doing is when we're going, can't blame the referee, and people are entitled to their opinion, that's fine. But it annoys the hell out of me when people say that, because that to me is excusing the referee. And I've said before, if you want to go back on my own channel even, when we beat Bournemouth 3-2, I slated the referee in that game. And that's a game when we won. So if we're mentioning games where we won when we're questioning referees, then how the fuck is it bitterness when we get beat?
What I want to know is what's the criteria for VAR to get involved? Because
it's supposed to be for clear and obvious decisions.
I'm sure it was just before they scored. They kicked it out, and it was their keeper saved it. You heard the hit of his glove on the ball.
Was that
and the linesman's between us and the keeper, so he must have heard it as well, and he gives it as a goal kick.
By the way,
and the linesman in front of us.
If you're looking at Fulham's penalty, I think the one area where we'll slightly defend Craig Pawson here, I believe that is a general rule by the Premier League or by VAR that and I think it's stupid, by the way, but apparently the rule is if a player's offside in the box and then gets fouled to then receive a penalty, the offside thing apparently doesn't matter. How it doesn't matter, I have no Mike. Exactly, Mike. I don't believe it either.
I'm just going to go and stand in front of the goalkeeper a mile offside, and when he runs past me, I'm pretend to fall over. Be like, oh, he's fouled me.
Exactly.
So with that logic as well, if the ball's out of play, and
I agree. It's an absolutely stupid rule.
But on that, you can't take. When the corners are taken. Sorry to interrupt you, Michael. When they take corners and then the ref goes, "Oh, hang on," blows a whistle. Stop fighting, you two. Stop pushing, because when the ball's in play, that would be a foul. It's like it doesn't matter if it's a foul. Then at any point, if the ball's not in play and they're pushing and shoving each other, then it's a foul.
I don't get why stop the game. Just let blow the whistle. Let the ball come in. If it's a foul, it's a penalty. Why stop it before you tackle it? Just let the game play.
No, I agree.
Don't warn them. Be like, it's going to be a penalty.
But this is the thing. Like Conrad said, actually, the foul itself that Robbie made, I don't have a problem with that being. For me, that was a penalty. I don't have an issue with that. It's like even in the ground when I saw it, obviously because it was at our end, and yeah, exactly that. And but also, can away teams stop kicking towards our end second half? Because that's twice now that's happened and we've lost. So just to be superstitious. But
what was even at our end, it happened in that end?
Yeah, it clear as day when that foul was made. I turned to my mate next to him and went, "That we're not getting away with that. That's getting given as a penalty," and that's fine. I didn't have a problem with that. Where I had a problem more so was that if you remember Fulham. Now, am I right in thinking Fulham got a free kick, which led to that incident to the penalty, right?
Yeah.
So bear in mind where that free kick was given. In the same incident, in the first half, there was an occasion, you guys might remember this, I think it was Nelson Ngulu, got absolutely wiped out, taken out at that end of the pitch. And yes, nothing came of it, but it isn't the point. Craig Pawson just said, no, doesn't matter, just get up. So when we do it, you've got to get up and get on with it. When they do it, free kick. I couldn't believe it. And even it's I don't know what you guys thought, but in the ground, I thought in the first 5 minutes, I turned to my mates and went, he's going to piss me off. I can tell already that the referee is going to have an absolute star of the show. And don't get me wrong, I completely understand that refereeing is a very hard job. I wouldn't have the balls to do it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people wouldn't. I do have respect for the fact they do it, but my God, they don't help themselves when they want to do
exactly. They don't have to be a bloody Jobsworth. That's what I'll say.
Well, exactly. No, but that's the thing. Mike, I'm sure you'll agree. I hate it when they have to make themselves. Oh, look at me! I'll be the star of the show. I'll not bow at the Sunderland crowd thing. But that's what
the line on our side was doing. Was pretty much
exactly. But that's the whole point. Oh, the lines officials don't fucking do anything, to be honest. But if you're looking at referees, I'm hating this idea that they're not bowing to the Sunderland crowd, and I don't expect them to do that just because it's the Sunderland crowd. But I feel like they're doing the opposite, where they're determined to not to not give anything to the crowd, in which case is a subconscious bias against the Sunderland crowd. So that's you not doing your job then. You shouldn't be...
You keep seeing those things...
Sorry?
No, go on.
No, I was just going to say, it's just something that gets on my nerves, to be honest. And like I made the joke to you guys before we came on air, like going, oh, look who's refereeing the Bournemouth Sunderland game. Jarrett Gillett. Yippee. Brilliant. So basically, Sunderland players, if you dare say the swear word at him or the F word, you're going to get sent off, more or less. No, I still haven't let that Middlesbrough game go. It really does annoy me to this day. But like, and the weird thing is, I don't want to talk about referees, but I am so sick of the free pass they get compared to a lot of, like, say, teams and players. And yes, again, I want to reiterate this: the result wasn't down to Craig Pawson. Like, he didn't give Raul Jimenez a free header minutes after Mundell missed a sitter. You know, that doesn't happen under Craig Pawson. But he did. But again, both can be true. He was shite as well as Sunderland's performance wasn't very good.
Can I ask as well on penalties? There's a rule that's in place, which is you can't stop during your run-up. I think I counted 3 times Jimenez stopped. Like, he sort of...
That's another thing.
And it's like,
should Jimenez
you're
have
not
been
meant
on the
to
pitch
do
at that point, by the way?
Well, yeah, that was in the first... Yeah, because he got a yellow card for dissent, then clearly he was doing it again 15 minutes later.
And that's another thing referees do that annoys us. So you're willing to book someone for a certain error and something that they're doing. Oh, no, I'll not do it again. You just keep getting away with it as much as you want, which increases the precedent for him to keep taking the piss. And the amount of times that Bernd... And by the way, the amount of times Bernd Leno was having the ball for longer than 8 seconds, and Craig Pawson does his little jog, looks away. Oh, you've got it. Oh, no, hurry up, mate. After he's had it for about 20 seconds.
So you know what they're testing in the lower leagues right now, don't you, with referees?
What's that?
The sin bins.
Oh, God.
So sin bins for dissent and stuff like that, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, a discretion for the referees, sin bins. Every time they test stuff like this at lower league, like tier 6, 7, 8, 9, that's when they're trying it to see if it works and it helps. And, you know, so yeah, just be fair warned. They were doing that last year.
It's a bit like there was one the other day. I don't know if you watched those videos I send you where it's ref cam in the games. I think they've only done a few of them. But there was one where he said it was clearly like he could have got a second yellow. And the player came over and clearly went, come on, that's a second yellow. He's done like 4 fouls. And he was like, oh, well, that one there isn't enough for it to be a second yellow. It's like, he's just done 4 other fouls. He's just told you. Surely at one point you go, do you want to stop fucking fouling people? And like, just second yellow card just for that.
But if you're not going to book him, give him a final warning and say, at the very least, go, right, if you're doing it again, you're off.
Anything. Yeah, exactly. You look at me wrong, you trip someone up.
If he hadn't already given a first yellow. So would he be quick to avoid giving him a first yellow card? You know what I mean?
He would have booked him that second time had he not already been on a yellow card for when he was face down on the floor rolling about.
Yeah. Anyway, right. We don't like this ref.
Referees.
We don't like any of the refs at the moment.
And we don't like the next ref we're going to have anyway. So congratulations.
Not the next ref either.
3 points probably.
There's nothing else to say really about Fulham. We can move on from that. Obviously, we had a goal.
I was going to say it. I wanted on about. I've just been saying there about the referee. He wasn't to blame for the result. Why, when we're going 2-0 down, is it another 10 minutes before we make substitutions?
Yeah, substitutions were late. Substitutions were questionable at timing and stuff like that. And there was no urgency.
You said in the ground mic, though. Well, you said in the ground mic, when he made the 2 in the first half, you went, well, that's him not making any more changes. And it felt like that's it, that he was like, oh, well, I've done my changes now. And it's a bit like, right, well, no, the second half was when we needed to be like, actually, we need to address what's wrong here. We've got no control in that midfield and we need someone to provide something through the middle. And he just sort of stuck with it. And obviously Fulham changed it up slightly, got a bit more intense, and that was it. Game was gone.
Yeah, he's a bit slow to react at the moment. I don't know, like, if Wayne says it could be anything to do with the assistant, anything like that. Don't know what's going on.
They tried really hard to get that assistant, and then just from that statement they put out when he went, it didn't seem like they'd found a place for him in the coaching setup. Really? And it was like, what do you mean you didn't find a place for him? He'd wanted him since he came in, and you had an assistant last year that you got rid of get this guy in. Yeah. Why have you now got like Proctor? There's 2 others. Then there's the goalkeeping coach who seems to be joining in with a lot of the sort of main coaching bits as well. And then you don't need 6 people. Like, and if you do need this guy that you wanted and you chased for a year and a half, surely then Proctor or one of the other two have to go, or move on to something different.
Conrad, there's a simple solution. Get Mike Dodds back.
Yeah, he's at Oxford now.
Yeah, well, they're going down anyway, so just poach him.
Yeah, exactly.
Again,
We're
Mike's
not
reaction says it
poaching
all.
Mike Dodds from anywhere.
I know. That is bad.
Times are not that hard yet.
Not yet.
But you're
Wasn't
right,
bad,
Wayne.
coach.
We can slate the referee all we want, but we had the opportunities to change our own fate. We had the opportunities for the shots that we didn't take. We had the opportunities for the control we didn't take, and we had the opportunities for. There was just no passion in that second half. It looked like we'd give up.
Even when we got to 2-1, we still didn't step one of them. You'd expect get back to 2-1 last 15 minutes. You'd be chucking everything at them, but we didn't.
No.
A very strange, very, very strange performance.
To be fair, I would argue that we did, though, because the third goal came from a counter-attack.
Oh, but that was the 90th minute, though, wasn't it? Well,
hey, wait, it was 87th minute. Grow up.
it still wasn't enough urgency for a team that wanted to be a fortress, and
it felt like we only turned up when we scored the penalty for about 2-3 minutes.
Like I said earlier, both can be true. We were the architect of our own downfall, and that result was down to us. I just don't want to give the referee a free pass. Both can be crap at the same time.
Just on the final goal, just before we go. Oh, sorry, Wayne. Go on.
I'm just about to say the lineup. We had two natural wingers, two quick wingers. How many times did they get down the line and put the ball in the box? Never.
Once, maybe.
Was it once?
Yeah.
Corners couldn't beat the first man.
Corners were terrible. Oh yeah,
from your corner powers as well. Just
start of the season, I thought, we've done some really good work on set pieces. We've actually turned this around. We're looking good, and it just looks like it's all gone to pot.
We've gone back to how we were 2 seasons ago. We can't beat the first man. Yay, that's brilliant. To be fair, I'm going to defend the wingers slightly in this sense. I actually thought Tarby in particular, looked quite bright in the first half. He was one of the few players I actually thought looked like he was attempting to really do something, but then. When I said that in the ground, he then has the corner that hits the side net, and I'm like, oh well. But in his defence, that's his first Premier League start. So it's way too early.
What was it? 11 games in the Iranian league, and then or Israeli league, and now Premier League player. It's a bit.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's going to take some adjusting for him. But yeah, I mean, I felt like, and I don't know if it's something else I've noticed this though. This is the first time I think we went with quite an attacking lineup, and we did exactly the same at West Ham. And we were 3-0 down in 45 minutes. So
we almost need to revert back a bit.
Yeah, maybe that's why we tend to go a bit more cautiously, as much as some fans won't like it.
Well, we'll wait and see. I just think, I don't know.
Right.
There's something not.
We're definitely not going to go to Bournemouth and go attacking, are we?
The problem is now we're going to have to find some away form from somewhere.
Well, when you've got the away form, but then what's the team going to be like? Nordy looked in a right state when he went off. So
let's look at that. Let's look at that after we have a little break from this stressful football talk and do the bit that usually the chat can get involved with, but we're completely on our own this time. Because I'll keep refreshing and seeing what's going on with the chat. I don't know if it's a YouTube glitch or what, but
Well, I'll tell you what. If you want to I've got a question actually for that. I'm interested to get your guys' reaction to here. You mentioned earlier the substitutions thing with Labrise. Now, not to make a joke out of this condition too much, but it's the best analogy I can think of. I swear that Labrise has borderline personality disorder when it comes to making substitutions. Because I feel like sometimes he is excellent at trying to change a game and being proactive. And then at other times, he goes full Phil Parkinson mode. And yes, I'm comparing him to Phil Parkinson. But
Phil Parkinson, by the way, from what he's doing in the Championship this season.
Sorry?
There are only about 12 places between each other.
Hey, just Wrexham and the Phil Parkinson derby next season could be on, eh?
Oh.
You can tell Mike's look says everything in his silence. But yeah, no, all joking aside though, what is it about Labrise though? Because I don't understand how sometimes he's willing to affect the game early, but then others he's waiting far too long. And then Xhaka, for example, for me, should have been brought on as soon as we went 1-0 down. Because, and I know it's in hindsight, but I thought even before the second one, I was thinking, we look like we've lost our heads here because we've gone 1-0 down. This is where Xhaka needed to come on, really. And look, maybe Breeze thought we might try and save him for games coming up because he's just come back for a few weeks out or whatever. But he ended up bringing them on at 2-0 anyway. So, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying for a second I want the Breeze gone or anything stupid like that.
No.
But just because the Breeze done a good job doesn't mean you have to bow down to every decision he makes. You can criticize him sometimes.
Like I said, I can't speak to his mind or his decisions. I do think he leaves stuff too late. He's a bit not reactive quick enough for me. But as a football manager, generally, you've set up for your best team for the game. And even if you go 1-0 down, potentially even 2-0 down in the first half, you want to give the thing you try to put in place at least 60, 70 minutes. And generally, most managers are like that. And that's that's where his mentality comes from. Maybe he loses track of time and go, oh shit, it's actually 80 minutes. Best get some subs done.
Off scoreboards, telling him the time.
there was people commenting on after the game on my video to say it was something to do with the substitution windows. That's why he didn't make them at the time. But I didn't know. I didn't think it was that.
Well, I think you can make 5 subs, but only in 3 windows or something. It's that right?
So 5 subs in 3 intervals, but I'm pretty sure injuries aren't included in that.
Well, that's what I was thinking. But unless he went, because did he make any more subs after he made the triple or the double with? No,
not until we went 2-0 down. No, I don't think.
No, because he did the one with Nordy, one with Tabby, and then he did 3 at once. And that was it.
Because it was what was it like? Brobby, Diarra, Vajaka, and Isidore. I can't remember. There was one more he made. I'm sure there was. But I can't remember.
Mayenda came on, didn't he?
Mayenda for Ngulu, I think it was.
Yeah, probably. They all just felt wrong. Didn't Mundle come on for Tabby? Yeah, in the first half.
Yes, I think you're right.
And I don't know what Talby's doing to not get a game.
If
might go back to the thing we mentioned about Ramadan potentially.
Yeah, potentially. If he's fasting, he's not got any energy until he breaks his. Luckily, it's an evening
might be
game
great because because it doesn't get light until about 7 a.m. We play at 12, so it might be all right in that one.
Plenty of food.
Whereas if
plenty
it was
food.
if it was like a 5 p.m. game, would be
smoothies.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, have a look at Mayenda's Instagram. It's just literally he's got crates of those smoothies in front of him.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Right. Anybody else want to add any answer for Michael's question? Or I said my.
I can't remember what it was. Sorry.
Basically, is Reggie Labrie got borderline personality disorder when it comes to making substitutions?
Someone put a comment
without
on
trying
our
to make a
channel.
joke about condition too much, obviously.
Someone put a comment on our channel the other day about how second half of the season Regis is turning up because if you think last season in the second half of the season we were a lot worse than we were the first half of the season, but we
don't say it.
got
don't
by.
Say it. No,
then,
we can't be doing that 6 losses in a.
I'm sure we did that in France as well.
Yeah, but obviously there was context of they sold all the good players within that one as well, and maybe there is something. I said the intensity's definitely dropped off, and I don't know why that is. I said to Bowers, I think we need to get back to that siege mentality of we're going to get relegated. We need to fight for every single ball, every single point. Because do you remember in the West Ham game when Diarra had that shot after 5 minutes and he saved it, and those 4 players in front of the crowd going, come on, and it was you could see they're up to it now, and it was it took Enzo's penalty for even Siddiqui to run over and try and G up the crowd or get us going. And I know Nordy's normally a really good cheerleader for the crowd as well, and obviously he went off quite early on. There's something that just feels amiss, and I don't know if part of my thinking is because we're 1 round away from the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, and if we consider the FA Cup a la the playoffs of last season, when we saved our energy and saved our effort because we knew we were already in 4th and in the playoffs at that point. So there was those 5-6 games that he sacked off. If he's thinking, well, we can take the foot off the gas a little bit and we save ourselves for this. Just
save yourself for Port Vale. Shut up. I'm not having that.
Or Bristol.
Bristol City. Come on.
Either way, I'm not having that. If you were talking about a semi-final or a final against a Premier League opposition,
you're only 1 game away.
One for you. Right, Mommy Mike, I've got one for you. So how How about this? Right, hey, blame Conrad. He was the one who changed that. How about this? Why don't we appoint Mike Dodds for the cup games and have Reggie LeBreeze for the Premier League?
Right, let's move swiftly on from this.
Swiftly on.
Well, joking aside, right, I think there is context behind the spell at Lorient, which was that in the second season in particular, all the best players were sold under his nose. I think last season was our form that bad up until we sacked the last 6 games off? Because I don't think it was.
Wasn't.
I'm pretty sure it was like
It wasn't
probably,
brilliant.
It wasn't brilliant, but it wasn't so bad that it was noticeable, like a noticeable drop off. And bearing in mind, we're up against 3 parachute payment teams for automatic promotion, which is a lot harder than what people think it is.
We had
and
that spell where we lost to Leeds, Hull, and then Coventry all in like February, March sort of time as well before we even got into.
Well, there is that, but we also beat Sheffield Wednesday and Cardiff back to back, and then we ended up. And then we beat like Millwall and West Brom back to back or whatever it was. So like it's I don't know. It's just a weird one. I mean, obviously Millwall and West Brom.
That 2-2 draw with Watford at home as well really sort of killed anything early on, and then Preston's draw at home, and then you start to get into April where we just sacked it off, really.
But that's my point. So that drop off down to the fact that we did sack it off, which ultimately proved to be the right decision because we got promoted. So, I mean, unless if we're making the comparisons and it's going to like last season we won at Wembley in May. Maybe this time we'll do the same thing. That'd be lovely.
That's what I meant. We're going to win the FA Cup, lads.
I want to be
so we're winning the FA Cup and finishing 14th.
I want to be safe first. That it doesn't matter about the cup, the league's the main thing. We're not safe yet.
That's the attitude we need, though, Wayne.
Somebody do a game, quick.
Right,
Go on, Wayne.
right. I've tried because Connor's a stat man. I've tried to be a bit more statty, but the first part of this. So we've only played Bournemouth 5 times since 2015. In them 5 games, there's been 3 red cards. Who were they?
Pienaar, Cook, and the other one. Oh.
So 2025
Alex
Cook.
was Alex Scott the other one? The one in the reverse fixture?
No, Alex Scott wouldn't have been there because we were in the Championship.
No, in the reverse fixture, I mean, this season. Because they had a red card in the reverse fixture at the stadium.
That was Cook.
Lewis Cook.
Cook, was it? Oh, okay, I'll get it on mine then.
Yeah.
So was it Cook, Pienaar, and you said there was 3 red cards?
3 red cards. There was one 2025, 2016. There's one more in 2015.
Is it one we first played down there when we lost 2-0 in 2015?
It will have been.
Who the bastard was it? We were in that blue kit. No. It was early on because they scored after 4 and.
No, I know they did. Matt Ritchie scored a screamer that day, didn't he? Was it for Sunderland?
Quartes.
Yeah. Nah.
Wait, so yes, it was. Was it for Sunderland that day?
Yeah, it was a Sunderland player.
I don't know. Billy Jones.
It was
Donald
Yunus Kabul.
Was it?
Kabul.
Oh, okay.
2 yellow cards.
Jimmy Paddy poop, so he can type.
We've got a comment. We've got a comment.
Yes.
Right, this one's a bit different. So I'm just going to give you 9 top goal scorers of a certain season. I want you to tell me the season and where we finished.
Okay.
This is going to test your knowledge, Conrad. I'm hoping anyway.
Okay.
Watch him get them all in 2 seconds.
You get them all straight away. Charlie Wyke, 26 goals.
2020-2021 lockdown season.
Where did we finish?
4th, and we lost to Lincoln in the playoff semis.
That's 1 out of 1. Darren Ben, 25.
Oh, that's 2010-11, isn't it?
Nope, it's 2009-10.
And 10-9-10, yeah.
Come on, Conrad. I suppose you're supposed to be the one who's getting all these here.
We finished 13th, I want to say.
13. Yeah, good one.
Yeah.
David Conley, 13 goals.
Oh, it's is it 6-7?
Yeah. Where do we finish?
Yeah. First. Last day of the season.
Yeah. Stephen Fletcher, 11.
2012-13 finished 17.
12-13.
Right.
Tell you what.
Yeah.
Class. Very well done. Kevin Phillips, 14.
14. It wasn't the season went up.
What do you call it? 01-02.
Close.
Oh, is it the one before then? It'll be 0001.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't the year before we got 30.
And where did we finish?
7th.
7th. Yeah, well done. Jermaine Defoe, 15.
Now, that's a trick question, I'm sure, because there was 2 seasons where he scored 15. So it could be 15-16, where we finished 17th, or 16-17, where David Moyes basically wrote us off after 2 games and we finished 20th.
He got 15 when we got relegated. Is mental.
I've got 15-16 when we finished 17th.
You can double check that, but I'm pretty sure in 16-17 he got 15 goals.
Possibly.
And by the way, just to point out, one of them was off one of his bollocks at Hull when we dragged them down.
Yeah,
It was kind of funny.
Chris Maguire, 10.
2000. Oh, hang on, right.
1920, COVID,
one,
the season abandoned. Yeah.
Yeah.
Finished 8th on points per game.
We were,
points per
8
game.
points per game. Yeah.
Marcus Stewart, 16 goals.
04-05, we won the championship.
Won the championship. And the last
I used
one.
to love Marcus Stewart. Yeah.
Last one. Liam Lawrence, Anthony Letalic, Tommy Miller, and Dean
05-06, 20th, 15 points. Yeah. That many players with 3. Do you know what? Own goal had 3 as well.
Yeah.
Own goal.
Our top scorer joint was own goal of other teams.
That's it.
Honestly.
Joe's
Right.
realised something. Joe was what's actually... Okay, let's put a little bit of context on it, because we are still doing really well despite the last few games. But do you remember, obviously, when Wayne was mentioning Chris Maguire, 10 goals in the 1920 season, the other thing that really pissed us off that day, I don't know if Conrad might remember this, we were both at Fan TV at this point. We found out when it was done by points per game that if we had beaten Gillingham and then beaten an out-of-form Bristol Rovers, we would have gone up in second on points per game.
Yeah.
And that
If
was
we hadn't
really
have
pissed
played
us off.
the
So,
Bristol
so
Rovers game, we would have been
Sorry?
in the playoffs. If we hadn't have played the Bristol Rovers game at all, we would have been in the playoffs.
And guess which Muppet went to it?
It's one of your best videos.
Absolutely. Johnson Clark.
Nah.
Like, oh, yay, brilliant. We lost 2-0 to Bristol. Fucking Rovers. Aye, okay.
Wow. And Gillingham was a last-minute goal conceded by Mandron when Kyle Lafferty had put us ahead twice.
Conrad will remember this back to the old days. You serious, Parkinson? Bore off.
Yeah, exactly. Right,
Yeah, I
I've
couldn't
got
believe
2.
that.
Go on.
You finished. Go on.
I've got 2 games because I didn't know Wayne had done a quiz because he was obviously with work. So I've gotten 5 questions in a quiz and then I'm back to a blind ranking for you. Because when we were out on Saturday or Sunday for the game, Mike, it was very much requested from people, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
I'll go with the quiz questions,
The
Wayne,
blind
to
ranking
flip
returns.
it back. Yeah. So question 1, Sunderland's first Premier League win under David Moyes came against Bournemouth in 2016. How many games into the season was this win?
Oh, I'll be able to. Hang on. Yes, I'm sad before anyone says.
Nope. Not even gonna try.
Just have a guess, Mike.
Don't you guys worry, yo. I've got you covered here.
7.
No, it was longer than
7
that.
from Wayne.
11.
11 from Mike.
Yeah, I'm going to say 11 as well.
It was 11. It was the 11th game of the season away at Bournemouth. And
Can I
that was
ask
the
a
one where
question?
Pienaar
And
got
to
sent
follow on
off.
to that, who scored for Sunderland that day?
And each should be in Defoe.
Do you remember Can you tweet something like that?
Yes. The one
In
where
each of these things,
you
that
haven't
was
edited
brilliant,
it.
that.
Yeah. Question 2. In previous meetings between Bournemouth and Sunderland, in the previous meeting in between these two in November, how many cards were shown by the referee that day?
Oh.
Is this the 3-2 win in November you're on about?
Yeah.
I was there.
Come on, Mike, you should know then.
I think it was about
9?
7 or 8 yellow cards or something ridiculous like that.
What did you say, Wayne?
9?
9. Bowers?
But I'll say 10 then.
Oh, you were 1 off, Bowers. It was 11.
11.
Oh, good God.
5 yellows each and a red for Steve Cook, or Cook or whatever he's called. But he got a straight red. Everyone else's were individual yellows. Yeah. When Sunderland last, because of course, before we do our next show, we've got the Leeds as well. So there's a Leeds few in here as well. When Sunderland last beat Leeds in the Championship, who scored the winning goal?
Joe Bellingham, 1-0, Mike Dodds, under Mike Dodds.
Bellingham, right? Was that his first game in charge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then West Brom on the weekend, I think.
Yeah, because
So,
he
Mike,
changed,
I will have
he changed
no
the
Mike
formation
Dodds
slightly,
slander,
hadn't he?
thank you very much.
Yeah. So It's going to be a very similar question here, but there's a lot longer between it. Sunderland's last Premier League win at Ellen Road came in August 2002. Who scored the winning goal?
2002.
Cattermole?
Yeah. 2002 was even born.
He's probably getting sent off in under 9 games then.
2002.
Wait, hang on. Are you telling me we beat Leeds at Ellen Road during that relegation season?
Yes.
August 2002.
Right at the start of the season. Yeah.
Wow.
Because at the start of the season, I think we got like 6-7 points in August and then ended up with 19.
Wow, that's impressive, that, like.
Yeah.
So what we're saying is if we beat Leeds, we're getting relegated then.
Yeah. I have a clue. If I have a few clues if you want.
Go on then.
So first one, midfielder. So it rules out your obvious. We've got a comment that says Milton Nunes. It wasn't Milton Nunes.
Gray?
Yeah. It wasn't my midfielder.
He's midfield. He switched up with Arca all the time. Gray or Arca,
Yeah,
one of the two.
Yeah, no, none of them. My next clue is it's a hand action, so you'll have to watch here. He famously did that to someone who got sent off at the Stadium of Light, not in the same game.
Fucking hell.
And the last clue, Irish.
Irish. That doesn't narrow it down, that kind of area. Could be McAteer. Could be...
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is McAteer.
I remember
he did that to Roy Keane when he got sent off, didn't he? Put it in your book, yeah.
We had about 6 or 7 Irish players then.
Yeah. Well, actually, I had a look. The other one on that day was, I think, Furwell and Phil Babb. And Quinn was on the bench, unused sub. Because that was the season he retired. Last question before I get on to the blind ranking. Leeds and Sunderland have shared 4 managers since 1995. Can you name the 4 of them?
Wilkinson?
Simon Grayson's one of them.
Wilkinson?
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
The other 2 were not at Leeds very long. Very short spells. Not caretakers, but very short spells. Allardyce, yeah, he took over.
Yeah,
like
you're right.
3
It was the end of 2023, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good shout, Wayne. I forgot about that.
Oh, 1994 was the last one, 1995.
He was manager of Sunderland first and then went over to Leeds a few years later.
Just trying to think.
Sunderland manager in the 90s into the 2000s.
But Peter Reid
Might have narrowed it down. Yeah, it was Peter Reid. I've narrowed that down too much. Yeah,
Peter
Reid.
He managed Leeds only for about a month or 2 maybe, and then they sacked him off because he tried to play Smith and Viduka as big and little man. Like he tried to just recreate the Quinn and Phillips, and it didn't work. But there is a bonus point in that question. We did share another manager technically. He managed us, but he was the assistant manager of Leeds in 2007.
Cottrell.
No. Although if he did assistant manage Leeds at one point, he assistant managed us, but he was full manager at Sunderland.
Was he at Leeds first?
Yes. Assistant manager in 2007, Sunderland manager in the 2010s to 2020s.
I'll see how you've done that deliberately there. Okay.
Yes, I didn't want to just narrow down the exact year.
I don't know. Gus Poyet?
Wasn't Sabrasia.
Gus Poyet is correct.
Yeah.
He was Dennis Wise's assistant manager at Leeds United. And he famously got sent off at the stadium for kicking a ball on the pitch for Leeds when we'd got a penalty. Then he tried to sort of get it stopped.
Wow.
There you go.
Exactly. It was like Wayne's FA Cup question last week when it was West Ham, and he was like, and who was the Sunderland manager who was the West Ham player who went on to manage Sunderland, being Di Canio?
I like that.
So, blind ranking. 10 loan signings that Sunderland have made.
Was it 10
loan signings?
Loan signings only.
As in, we've got them on loan, or they've been on loan and we've signed them.
They signed on loan for Sunderland.
Okay, right. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Just clarifying.
Never fall in love with a lone player and all that. So
Yeah.
I've written this in an order, but I don't like the order, so I'm gonna mix it up a bit here. So forgive me if I say a name or two twice. So number 1 is Lewis Graben.
Oh, never
He was
liked
good, but he was also a dick.
Scored a lot of goals, but was famously an absolute knobhead.
Yeah. And
Was
we're
also
out of
happy
10,
to
are
score
we?
against us for Villa. So
We're out of 10.
Yeah, 10.
I'm
We've
going
got
to
a
say
comment.
a
Someone put
steady
4.
6.
Oh,
Someone put
SGS
4.
thing.
SG's
it
got
depends
4.
what are you judging them on. Are you judging them on what you thought of them as a player or how much of a twat they were?
Get over it, number 1.
Ricky
Ricky
Alvarez, the amount
Alvarez.
of money he cost us minus 100.
Yeah, I'm going to say 6.
I'd say a 5 or 6, I think.
Okay, I'll go.
Oh, there's
6
another
then.
comment. The numbers are starting
There
to
we
come through. Maybe it's fixed.
Right.
Maybe they're trying to
So-
stop us from doing the thing we normally do, where you just
Number
go through the
6
middle numbers
is-
and then you've got only the high end or the low end to pick from at the end.
Yeah.
Number
so
6
what are you going
is
for?
Wisp-
6.
6.
Number 6 is Wispy Beardy. There we go.
Wispy Beardy. Okay. The next one is Mvia.
Oh,
he's
good,
good, yeah.
Hang on, right? Okay,
should be-
let's
I'm-
quickly between us. Who was better as a lone player? How many can you
Ahmad.
think of that were better? Ahmad.
Ahmad,
Well, I don't know. It depends, Mike. It depends on who we
Barini,
reach out
technically.
next.
In his first
Barini.
thing.
I'd be
So
tempted.
are we
I
gonna-
think I don't think Conrad's put Ahmad in there. I think Mvia should be in the top 3.
I would
Okay.
agree with that.
Okay. Yeah,
Well, why don't
we've
you
got
go-
lots
why
of
don't you-
numbers appearing now. People can comment all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Right. Well, why
We've
don't you
got-
put 3 then? Then you give yourself 1 and 2 later on if you want to.
3. Yeah.
Okay.
3.
Right.
Because I agree with you. I don't think you should be any lower than 3rd. And by the way, it was disgusting that we didn't buy him permanently.
Oh, that I'm still crying about his Instagram post when he was outside the training
Aye.
ground.
And remember,
They
and
won't
you know what
let me
we
in.
supposed to do? Do you know what? I know his wages will have cost a bit more. Should we spend 6 million on him beer? No, I'll tell you what. You know that lad who's got a cheesy chip takeaway on his head, Didier and Dong? Let's spend twice as much money on him. That was a great decision. Well done.
Cheesy
Right.
chip takeaway.
So next player is DeAndre Yedlin.
Yedlin.
See, I'm
Famously went on to play for Newcastle after us, though. So
Under-
you'll
No.
have to factor
But
that
he
in.
did all right when he was with us, though. He wasn't
Hang on,
a
under
bad
Advocat-
player at all.
Under Advocat, he was fucking hopeless. Under Allardyce, he actually learned to defend.
It's still going to be
still-
laws,
yeah.
right? 7.
7
Yeah,
or I'd say 7. 7, I think would be about fair.
I think 7. Aye.
Okay.
I'm glad you're writing this down, Mike, because I don't have a notepad. By the way,
I've
hello
got it,
to
I've
everyone
got
in the
it,
comments that we finally got you typing in now, and we couldn't see you before. So
Yeah, no,
hello,
just
everyone.
in time for me to get all the score predictions at the end.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Next one, Marcus Alonso.
Oh, he's a good one. All.
Oh, I loved Marcus Alonso. Wish we'd signed him.
I don't know if he's top 3. I'd probably say 4.
I'm happy with that. You happy with that?
Full house, 4. Okay.
Okay, there we go. 4.
What have you got so far? Just to recap for the chat.
So we've got 1 and 2's empty. We've got Mvia at number 3, Alonso at number 4, Wispy Beardy at number 6, and Yedlin at number 7.
Fair enough. Right. Next one, Ki Sung Yun.
Oh, that's a good one.
Was he though? I know you're going to talk about 1 or 2 magic moments, but other than that, was he that good?
I thought he was a solid player.
I thought he was decent.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he was a
thought he
good
was a
player.
good player.
He wasn't like, he wasn't a world beater or anything, but he exactly just knew what
He's-
he needed to do.
With the gaps we've got, for me, he's
Yeah.
either 5th or 8th.
8.
8?
Yeah, okay, I'll probably go 8. But just to point out on what Mike said, his replacement was Jack Rodwell.
Yeah.
I'd take Ki Sung Young any day of the week.
Yeah.
What was it? Sorry, say his name again.
Ki Sung Young.
Sung Yun.
Okay, I want to write it right so I
K-I.
don't get accused of anything.
Well, just write down Ki. Just K.
Just put Man City down.
That's G.
Oh yes,
Well,
yeah.
that was G. That was G.
That-
John
that's the
Wall.
And he was a
moments I
permanent
thought we
player.
could
Yeah, don't
mention.
confuse the two of them.
City goal. Yeah.
Basically, Mike
next
just
up.
confuses anyone from China or Japan or Tokyo or whatever.
Next up, Nicholas Bentner.
Oh, I like Bentner.
He was so hot and cold though. Like,
Yeah,
he was so frustrating. He did score, but he was just so annoying to watch.
Have we got 6 left?
We've got 1, 2, 5, 9, and 8. 9 and 10. Sorry.
this is typical. What was it? 1, 2, 5, 9, and 10.
Yeah, we've got the 2 worst, the 2 best, and 1 smack bang in the middle. I'm calling it. We can't have this as number 5, so we need to make a decision. Top
9
2
or
or
10.
bottom 2.
9 or 10 has got to be in it.
Well,
9?
if we're going to go 9 or 10, it's got to be 9. I like Bentner, but if we're going 9 or 10, I'm not willing to put him 10th.
I'm dreading what's coming next now.
Okay.
This is where Conrad's got his little smirk going in his head and going, "Oh, this is deliciously evil."
I do know what's coming next.
Well, I mean, if
Sully
Conrad, considering it's you who's made the list, I'd be very concerned if you didn't know who was coming next. To be honest,
Montari.
Oh, I like him as well. How many games did he play? Didn't play many, did he?
he was injured most of the time, wasn't he?
Well, I was injured, wasn't he?
Famously got an assist of an own goal at Bolton, which kept us in the Premier League when Zach Knight put it in his own net.
He's still not epic when it comes to loan signings, I'm afraid. Is he
Well,
going
are you
10?
going to risk putting him in last?
10. Oh, he's going 10.
Oh, here we go.
Montari.
Well, all right then. I guess we're going 10th.
1, 2,
Here we
and
go.
5.
Jaden Dans. No, I'm joking. It's not Jaden Dans. He didn't play.
All right,
You have no
yeah,
idea if he was any good or not.
Conrad, let's just get it over with. It's Antoine Semenyo, isn't it?
No, but I should have done him actually. But no, the next one is Ahmad.
1.
I'm taking the chance of putting him 1
Even if Barini's in there, I'd still put Ahmad 1.
because I think I love Barini. Don't get me wrong, but I think Ahmad is technically one of the best footballers I've ever seen play for us. And the only thing that kind of annoys me about when they couldn't they just kept what's his name, Ten Hag a little bit longer? And Man United go, oh,
10?
I just got
10? 10?
Yeah, could Man United have please just kept Ten Hag until we got the Premier League, and then they could have sold him to us. Unfortunately, they've gone, oh, he's actually a mint player, we'll use him. Never mind.
Yeah. I know.
So close.
Next
so
up,
close.
Rather famously on SAFC Fan TV was called by a different name, but Nathan Broadband. Dave the Rave there for you.
So what have we got left? 2 and 5.
2 and 5. Got to be 5, right?
5 for me.
5.
Yeah, 5.
Broadband.
But that's easily worth a 5 just for that moment. I mean, he was a pretty good player actually. But
who is going in at number 2?
Danny Rose.
I don't mind that.
That's good. That actually.
I thought he was a good player.
I think that's probably the best one we've done. Let me
It's
run
hard
down.
to find a lone player who was really shit.
I have a feeling though, like when Conrad mentioned Alonso, I had a feeling Danny Rose was going to get mentioned.
Right, so here's our list. Number 10, Montari. Number 9, Bentner. Number 8, Key. Number 7, Yedlin. Number 6, Wispy Beardy. Number 5, Broadband. Number 4, Alonso. Number 3, Mvia. Number 2, Danny Rose. And number 1, Ahmad. My only change, if I had to change anything, would have been swap Mvia and Rose. Other than that, I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'd have probably swapped Graben and Bentner.
Yeah, I can see why, because Bentner at least did it in the Premier League.
Bentner contributed and he's probably scored the same amount of goals, but didn't also sack us off in the middle of a season and leave.
He also scored. What else will help is he scored at St James's as well.
Compared to some of them we've done, that's ended quite well.
Joe would have been great if Conrad had
well
mentioned,
done,
if you go through loan players, Conrad could have mentioned Ashley Fletcher, Ovi Ajaria, Lee Camp, Keziah Sterling.
I didn't really want to go down the League One route because even if they were successful, it's sort of like, but how do they compare to?
Yeah, it's hard to.
I mean? You're pushing for promotion or Premier League players. So
Conrad, you missed another one.
Broadband in there. Yeah.
Lawrence de Bock.
Oh yeah, could have done him. Yeah, he was in there. He was 11th.
Wayne's look said it all there. He's just like, really? You've really?
Well, at one point I was like, I nearly had Bridge, and I was like, no, not quite.
Yeah, I've never forgiven Wayne Bridge for letting Shoulder Amiobi run free in the 93rd minute. Could have killed him.
No pressure, guys, but it's 3 minutes past 10.
So that was the bed. That was the delayed
do your
predictions
then, Wayne. If you're going to bed, Bournemouth and Leeds.
I'll go on. We'll have five more minutes, and we'll have a bit Leeds chat.
Right. Okay. So, what's next then? It's Bournemouth next, right?
Sorry, Bournemouth. Not Leeds.
So,
imagine not remembering Leeds.
Okay, come to you first. Wayne, how do we set up? Because we need to find some away form. We've got 2 away games now that are vital.
Do you know what? I'm really worried and nervous that there's a very good chance we could go 5 or 6 on the bouncer here. And I'm not going there with any hope whatsoever. I think Bournemouth are in a good run of form. I think they're unbeaten in about 7, 8 games, aren't they? I think
Something like that.
They're playing really well. They've got a great manager at home. They're a good side as well. And I think I'm nervous at what kind of lineup he's going to put out. If Nordy's out, then you're going to have Hume. I mean, does he play Getrauda, Ballard, Alderete, Trey Hume again? Which that back four doesn't fill with any confidence. I mean, Trey Hume at left back, just we're saying on Saturday, the balance of the side guns all over the place. I mean, but who else do you put there? Where was Dennis Certain? Minor injury. Is he fit again for the weekend? The midfield, Jacques has got to come back in for me. But then who misses out? Probably Diarra is the one that'll drop out, if anybody, because you probably have Siddiqui, Xhaka and Lafia. The wingers, I'd like to say Angulo on the right and Talbi on the left, like I said, against Fulham, and then Brobby up front. But we have to find a way of getting Brobby in the game because he's just non-existent. He's a passenger. I feel sorry for him. I really do. He runs and grafts when he gets the ball at his feet. He's good, but we didn't get him in the game at all.
Do we need to try something new going into these away games, though? Do we need to play 2 up front? Do we need to go more aggressive? Do we need to try something new?
We probably now haven't got the players for to play a back 3 and get to that, a 3 at the back, 5 at the back. We probably haven't got the personnel through injury. So I didn't know. He not play 2 up front. There's no way you'll see either Wilson and Brobby or Meander and Brobby up front. So I didn't know. I just think because of the options we've got, I'm proper nervous for Saturday. I really think it's going to be another defeat.
Scary. Conrad? What selection headaches at the moment?
I would have quite liked to see us try and shut up shop with probably a back 5, only because it's like Bauer said right at the start of the show, we're conceding far too many goals recently.
It's not working. We keep trying to shut shop up away games. It's not working.
Well, against West Ham, I felt like we thought, let's go and attack them. And before we realised it,
I was going to say, we tried to be very open then. We were 3-0 down in 45 minutes.
And then Brentford, I think we tried to sort of match them position for position. And obviously, Thiago's just an absolute beast and just ripped through the back 4 as well. But don't forget, in that one, Nordy got pulled out. So we ended up playing with just 2 against Thiago that were isolated through it. And Hume at that point was also playing at left back, which was, as we saw in that game, wasn't very good as well. But I don't think we have the options to play a back 5 because, like Wayne said, your injuries and what have you. So unless Sirkin's miraculously fit.
But could you not play Talbi and Angulo as wing backs? Because Talbi tracks back. Angulo, I think he's played wing back before, and then played Getrauda, Ballard, and Alderete as your 3 centre halves.
I was thinking, those are your 3 centre halves. Probably Talbi as left wing back, like he did against Villa when he first got pushed over there, and Hume as your right wing back, really, because he likes to bomb forward. They always try and shoehorn him in at right midfield, so he's kind of given that space anyway. And when we were doing this fluctuating formation, that's actually where Hume was better for it. And then I think Xhaka has to come back into that team because at the moment Siddiqui's sort of almost a passenger. Without him, just it isn't a 6, needs to be playing further up front. There is an option that Diarra plays but goes out onto the right-hand side. He has done that a couple of times for us. I don't know how effective he'd be out there because for me, him or Enzo need to be like no further than 10 meters away from Brobby at all times. Like he's so isolated on his own that it's just pointless. So you need to get someone near him. If you think about Spurs, on our equaliser, Enzo was right next to him for a 1-2. And just before that, Enzo had been bombing on past him to get the header that he took off the post. When we played City at home, Mayenda was on the right, but told to tuck right in alongside Rob almost as a 2. So Diarra at Burnley, right alongside him, get up top if you can and be right in that middle bit. And then I'd probably stick with Angulo because... I'd love nothing more than Mundell to come on and shut me up about my criticisms of him.
Everybody.
People online as well who would obviously said those awful things to him. But I think you've got to stick with Angulo, really.
Mundell's got so much potential for the future, so I'm not going to take a single thing away from him. I've said he's a future star. He's just not ready yet.
He could score from 11 yards.
Yeah, not ready yet. He's not ready for the Premier League yet. Simple as that. Daddy clean sheet. How do we keep a clean sheet away?
Well, what would be nice for a start is from set pieces. Can we stop letting people have free headers and free shots in the box? That'd be a good start. I think, to be fair, actually, I'm going to say this about Mundell, to be fair. I actually wouldn't be against Mundell starting in this game. And the main reason I say that is because one thing I will give Mundell that is absolutely outside, I think his defensive work rate is excellent, actually. I think you will now, unless if he's injured, then fair enough, obviously that isn't happening. But I think for this game, we are going to see Bournemouth. Bournemouth are going to come onto it and they're going to have a lot of the ball. And I think you got one player, there's a lot of players that you got to look out. Alex Scott obviously is a good player. You've got that Ryan as well, I think it is, who they signed to replace Antoine Semenyo, who started like a house on fire. And I watched their game against West Ham, I think it was, last Saturday. And when he got on the ball, he looked really threatening. You got Marcus Tavernier.
Michael. Their right-sided wing back. Is it Jimenez? He's a really good player.
Yeah. And Marcus Tavernier has just come back from injury as well. He looked a threat when he came on against West Ham's. So look, for me, I think we're going to need all the defensive work rate we can get. I think it's about playing the best balanced sort of side. And for me, purely because of that, I think Xhaka has to start this game. I think because otherwise, I think if we're going to go in with a midfield three again of Siddiqui, Diarra, and Lafay, and as much as I really like it as a midfield three, it's not going to have. It doesn't strike me as having the best balance for a game like this. So personally, I would be having probably Xhaka, Siddiqui, Diarra, and I think it frees Siddiqui up to sort of do his game and not have to do Xhaka's. So yeah, but it would be quite nice to not let. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for the fact that we are going to have to spend a lot of this game without the ball, but I don't want us to be passive. I'd like us to. What's the one I'm looking for? Strategically press aggressively when they get into our final third. I don't want us to be so passive where we're letting shot after shot after shot come in. So I think. But they're also a good side, aren't they? If you offered me a point now, to be honest, I would snap my hand off for it.
Yeah, that's the way I think we all would at the moment with this form. Is it the same for Liverpool then? For all of you, Liverpool, Leeds, even? Is it the same for going in for Leeds? Are you exactly the same sort of setup? If
well, it's away, so probably
Well, it depends.
Yeah, I don't think we can do much different. Just
I mean, if we do get beaten Bournemouth, then. The chances are Leeds might be above us, or they'll be level on points for us. It could potentially be.
Yeah, they could be beating us to go above us, really, at that point.
There's not many points between everyone, is there?
That would require Leeds to beat Manchester City at the weekend, to be fair.
That's doable.
Well, yeah, true.
Stranger things have happened. There's only two teams in the Premier League right now.
I didn't think they'd win any games in December, and then
there's only two teams in the Premier League right now that have lost 4 of the last 5 games.
We're one of them.
Who's the other one?
City.
Wolves.
I'm guessing it would have been Fulham.
Newcastle is the only other one.
So North East clearly doesn't like good form then.
I noticed that since we both got on to 36 points, we've all just gone, let's stop playing, lads. North East takes the rest of the season off.
As long as Newcastle do that on the 22nd of March, that's fine.
That's the thing. If we lose against Bournemouth, lose against Leeds, what's that 5 on the bounce? You've then got the Brighton game, which that's going to be a
not an easy game. No game
Brighton
easy.
Game
Brighton's a good
before
team.
the Mags. The chances are you could end up 5-6 on the bounce. And,
imagine if we both did that and it's El Crappy Call. And we'll just call it, let's just play for a 0-0.
Well, there's no form in a derby, so that thing of if you go into it on shit form, you can use this to really springboard yourself back up. But yes, I really hope we're not going in with 6 defeats into.
No, I wouldn't either. I don't want to go in anywhere. I don't want to go in that game in any bad form. Actually, I want to ask. This is a particular question for Wayne, right? If I offered you, well, actually, I suppose for all of yours, and I don't think I would take this. I would like a bit more than this, but if I offered you losing the next 3, but we go through the FA Cup quarter-final and we win at St James's, what would you say to it?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'm not going to say no, am I?
Yes, please.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
39 points.
Can I add I'll add a bit in, which is, and then we get them in the quarterfinals and beat them as well. We beat them 3 times.
Yeah,
in one
that would be
season.
kind of funny.
Yeah. I know, and it means they've then taken out Man City, so we couldn't get them in the semi-final. So that would be class.
So you're just trying to go with your narrative that we're going to win the FA Cup, apparently.
That's true, yeah.
Right, let's get some score predictions in, so Wayne can get to bed. If you want to put a score prediction in, if you're able to use the chat, I
Please,
can't
every
use the
single
chat.
person comment, so Wayne has to stay up longer.
If you're able to use the chat, then by all means put in your predictions for Bournemouth and Leeds games. Wayne, let's have yours first then.
See, I hate being negative, but just the way we're playing does not fill me with confidence. When we're not competing with teams, we haven't got the same intensity that we had at the start of the season, and it's worrying. So for me, I'm going to go for Bournemouth. We're conceding goals for Bournemouth 3, Sunderland 1.
Oh, it pains me that it's come to this. And Leeds? Or do you want to do it? Do you want to do everyone's Bournemouth first? Do you do everyone's Bournemouth first? Yeah, go on. Michael Bowers, Bournemouth score?
I've had a feeling we would lose this game even when we were on good form, because I think Bournemouth away is a hard game. I'll go Bournemouth 2, Sunderland 1.
Okay, another loss. Conrad?
1-1.
Hopeful draw.
I'll take that right now.
Mike, the optimistic, will go for a 1-0 win. Somehow, Xhaka makes to Sunderland. Somehow, Xhaka makes all the difference, and we get sneak a 1-0 win.
Would that completely shock you if we did that, though? It wouldn't shock me.
No. We know we're capable. We've played against the top teams in this league, and we've done it. So
I think a lot of it depends if Xhaka starts or not.
Bournemouth scores. We've got loads in the chat, the whole of 4 that I can see. So Steve Hewitt's gone for 2-2. Johnny Cool's gone for 1-1. One-way ticket. Dave has gone for 4-0.
Dave, whatever you're smoking, I'll have some of it. I love it.
And Stephen Barber has gone for 2-1. So I assume that's a loss there, and that's a 4-0 win for there. So
I don't know if some of them are putting 2-1 because they're Sunderland fans, like put our score first, and then some of them are doing it because we're away.
Yeah, it's difficult to see if they don't say. But anyway, that's the whole 4 of them. So Leeds now. Leeds it's a difficult one. They're not on as good form as Bournemouth. I still have to go for a win.
Look, Wayne's eyes are rolling. We need to do a prediction and go.
It's the way I'm natured. So I'm going to go 2-0 win to Sunderland at Leeds. It's crazy, I know. Crazy.
Please let's hope you are arrogant and smug now next week's midweek.
I know I'm not going to be. Listen, I've quit smoking for like nearly. This is the 3rd day coming up, so that I'm going to blame withdrawals if I get these really wrong. So there you go.
Okay.
Conrad, Leeds.
Oh God, 1-1 again. I just don't want to predict losses, so I'm just saying let's just draw our way to survival.
Michael Bowers.
Screw it, I'll go 1-1 as well. I think if we're going to lose to Bournemouth, I think law of averages says the rot will stop at some point. Don't even like to call it a rot, to be honest, but yeah, the run of losses will stop at some point.
Win.
I think Ellen Road. It's a night game now. Is it a night game as well? Is it a Monday?
Well, actually, something else. Leeds have never lost in the Premier League in a nighttime game or whatever it is.
I was going to say they've never lost a nighttime game in the Premier League, and I think Ellen Road on night game is always a difficult place to go, and I just think they are playing well. I know that where they are in the league, but they are playing well. I think we'll get beat again. I think Leeds 2, Sunderland 1.
Come back optimism. All is forgiven. It is what it is. Are we going to have a very special bridging the gap though, Wayne?
I'm not sure because it's normally a Tuesday. We play them on a Tuesday night, didn't we? So unless I do one Friday or Monday, I'm not too sure. I'll have to speak to Matty. I'm hoping to get one in, but if anything, it'll be probably Monday night.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see. We're going to do live commentary for both games on our channel. So make sure you check out that.
Kit, Mike.
Yeah, listen, you can keep me right now. You're not on holiday skiving,
I know.
So it's all right.
Yeah, Conrad, how dare you have a life?
Honestly, I thought the way the comments weren't coming on, I was like, I can't come back and get it wrong. What have I done? And I was like searching for it, going, have I done something wrong? And then I was like, nah, Wade's isn't working, and neither's Bowers. It can't be me.
I think, by the way, quickly to everyone who's listening on Spotify, because that's been going up quite a bit. So Yeah, thanks to everyone who has been listening, and a special
Give us
thanks
a
to Wing.
5-star rating.
Yeah, well, yeah, a special thanks to Wing because he's the one who's been organising all this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the reams of Leeds predictions in. We got Miles going 1-0. We got Sean Tomo going 2-0. SJ perpetually stuck on a loading circle. And Paul Armstrong's 1-1. I don't know what is going on with YouTube in the comments tonight, but thank you for your patience.
I think that's an emoji loading, I think.
Wayne, any final thoughts and your goodbyes to everyone?
No, just thanks very much to everybody who's watched. Apologies, the chat hasn't been working. It kind of takes a little bit away from the show when you're not getting involved, but I don't know what's happened. I don't know what's happened there, but just thank you very much. Do appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe to all the channels. Greatly appreciated. And we'll see you next week.
Yes. And Michael Bowers, your final thoughts and goodbyes?
Right, how can I keep this going for 10 more minutes?
Oh, God, don't. I'm desperate for the loo.
Okay, fine. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to everyone who has watched. But at least it's been lighthearted as possible as it can be, given that we've lost a few games in a row. But I think we'll be all right. We'll be fine. But thanks to everyone who's watched. It's much appreciated, and it's good to have all the lads back again.
Conrad?
Yep, thank you all for watching and actually just listening this time. No interactivity, so it's a bit of a strange one. But then last week's episode was a strange one for the wrong reasons as well. So 2 bizarre episodes, one technically and one rather daddily. So, see you all in the next video.
Yeah.
And now I know that Conrad needs the toilet. It's time to do my whole Gettysburg address as my goodbye. Genuinely, though, thank you everyone for tuning in. It's really appreciated. Whichever channel you're watching on, don't forget it's on Only Fools and SAFC, Michael Bowers 541, and Black Cats TV. Take the time to go around and subscribe and check out the content from all of them channels. It's really appreciated. We love giving up our time doing this, and hopefully we're going to do some more in-live person ones coming soon as well. So stay tuned for that. Whichever channel you're watching on, hit subscribe, keep the bell notified, and you won't miss the next one. Thanks very much. Goodbye.
Midweek Mackems, we're back on the show. Talking Sunderland and everything you know.
Conrad's got the numbers, proper stats machine. Mike's optimistic, living out the Mackem dream. Bowers keeps it steady, cool and level-headed. Wayne's already moaning, man, I'm shattered, I need my bed.
Baby, are you ready to go? Let's get carried away, man. Let's steal the show. Midweek Mackems every Wednesday night. Veterans, passion in the red and